children. Today, we are going to look into the key concept related to the chapter Federalism. In this chapter, we are going to understand the definition and the meaning of federalism, the type of federalism, features of federalism, what makes India a federal country, and also the importance of decentralization. So first, let's look what is the meaning of federalism. Federalism is the division of power, or let's say vertical division of power between different levels of the government. Here, the power is divided between the central authorities and various constituent units of the country. This is done to ensure the delegation of power and avoid concentration of power under one single authority. So what's the 3 points we have to take? First one, vertical division of powers is shared among the different levels of the government. Power is divided between the central and the state. This is done to ensure that power is equally distributed and not a single person or a single authority has power concentrated with them. Now let's look into the levels of federal government. The federal government has two levels. The first one is the government for the entire country, who is responsible for subjects of national interest. Second one is the government for the state or the state level government, who looks after the day-to-day administration of their state. But both these levels are independent and they enjoy their own powers. The key features of federalism. Number one, there are two or more tiers under federal system. Number two, each tier has its own jurisdiction and power of legislation, taxation, etc. The authority of each tier of government is mentioned in the Constitution. No changes can be made without the consent of any one of these governments. And the last one, every level enjoys its financial autonomy. Now let's look into the two systems of federalism, that is the federal system and the unitary system. First one is federal system. More than one level of government exists. That means it can be two tiers or three tiers. Unitary system, only one system, one level of government. Federal system, they are independent. Unitary, the subunits are subordinates to the central government. Federal, the central government cannot give orders to the state government to do something. Unitary, the central government can pass orders to the local government. So federal, two or more levels exist. Unitary, one level. Federal, they are independent. Unitary, they are subordinates to a central government. Federal, they cannot give orders to the state government. Unitary, the central government can pass orders to the state or the local government. What are the objectives of a federal system? A federal system has dual objective. The first one is to safeguard and promote unity of the country. The second one is to accommodate regional diversity. So in short, we can say an ideal federal system has both the aspect, mutual trust and agreement to live together. Different types of federation or kinds of federation. There are two kinds of federation: coming together and holding together. Now let's look into coming together federation. In this, all independent states voluntarily form a bigger union. They enhance their security by pooling their sovereignty and identity. The state and the central has got equal powers. Example, USA, Australia and Switzerland. Holding together federation means a large country divides its power between the state and the central. The central is more powerful than the state. Some states are given special powers. Example, India, Spain and Belgium. What makes India a federal country? All the features of federalism are present in the Indian Constitution. The only difference is that in addition of two-tier system, India has added a third tier which is called a Panchayat and the municipality or local self-government. The Constitution had made provisions for distributing the legislative powers between the union state or the central government and the state government. These powers come under three lists. Number 1, union list. Number 2, state list. And number 3, concurrence list. Now let's look at them one by one. Union list has got 97 subjects. These subjects are of national importance such as defense, foreign policy, banking, communication, currency, etc. Only the central government can pass laws on these subjects mentioned above. State list has got 66 subjects. These subjects are like police, trade and commerce, agriculture, etc. Only state government can pass laws on this list. The last one is concurrent list, which has 47 subjects. These subjects are of common interest both to the central and the state. They are education, forest, trade unions, marriage, etc. Both central and state can make laws on the subject mentioned in this list. In case there is a conflict about any of the subject between the central and the state, the preference will be given to the central. There are also some other subject which does not come under any of these lists. For example, computers. The union government has the power to make laws for this, and these are called residual subjects. How is federalism practiced in India? Let's look at them one by one. First one is the linguistic state. After independence, many old states had disappeared and new state has been created. Areas, boundaries and name of the state has been changed. Creation of new states was done on two bases: culture, ethnicity or geography, example Netherlands, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, and number 2 on the base of languages, example Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Kerala, etc. The experience has shown that formation of linguist state has made the country more united and its administration easier. Now let's look at the next one, language policy. Our constitution has not made any language as the national language of India. Hindi is the official spoken by 40% of the population. Besides Hindi, 21 other languages has been recognized by the constitution. English was taken off as an official language in 1965, but there was an agitation in many states, especially Tamil Nadu, against it, so English continued to be followed and it was considered as the 22nd language, and it also was considered as a communicating language. Now let's look at the third one, center-state relationship. Reconstruction of center-state relationship is one more way in which federalism has been strengthened in practice. For a long time, the state government did not enjoy much autonomy as federal units. But from 1990, a lot of regional parties emerged, and this was a period called coalition government or a period of rise or formation of a coalition government. With the coming up of coalition government, the relationship between center and state became better and stronger, and this helped in the strengthening of federalism in India. Decentralization in India. India has three-tier system of government. The three-tier system was adopted because India is a big country. Second of all, it was very difficult for the central and the state to manage the huge population. Now, what is the reason for decentralization? In a big country like India, it is essential to have an elected government at local levels. Local people had better knowledge of local problems. Local people had better idea of where to spend and which problem to be tackled first and how to manage things more efficiently. Common citizens can be involved in decision making concerning their needs and how to plan development. People can approach the local government for solving their problem easily and quickly. Local government provides training in becoming an active participant in the working of democracy. Local government at the grassroots level ensures stability, strength, and health of democracy. Decentralization Act of 1992. What are the features? First one, mandatory to hold elections to local bodies. Number two, 1/3 of the position should be reserved to women. Number three, seats should be reserved to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, as well as backward caste. Number four, State Election Commission should be constituted as an independent body to hold election. And last one, state government to share the power and resources with the local bodies. Now we come to the last subtopic of this chapter, Panchayat Raj System. What is Panchayat Raj System? Let's look at them one by one. Let's start from the grassroots level. They are called the Gram Panchayat. Each village or group of village has a Gram Panchayat. This is a council consisting of several ward members, often called as Sarpanch. They are elected directly by the adult members of that village and are responsible for taking decisions for that village. A group of Gram Panchayat work under the supervision of Gram Sabha. All the voters in the village are its members. It means twice or thrice in a year to approve the annual budget and to renew the performance. The next one is the Panchayat Samiti. When group of Gram Sabhas are put together, they form a Panchayat Samiti or block or mandal. The last one is Zilla Parishad. When all the Panchayat Samitis or mandals in a district are together, they form a Zilla Parishad. Members of the Lok Sabha, MLAs of the district, and some other officials of other districts are members of the Zilla Parishad. Well, children, we have completed this chapter. I have explained all the important concepts related to this chapter, Federalism. Thank you very much for listening to this video of mine. I will be back again with another video. Till then, be safe and take care.